Hey folks, Grant from GunSpot here for Tulster.com. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the RangeTech Shot Timer. Alright folks, so the RangeTech Shot Timer, probably a little bit different than what you're expecting from normal shot timers. And therein lies what I really like about the RangeTech, and that is this large display. Now, fortunately for us, when we got the RangeTech, I already had this rather old tablet that I could use as a viewer because the RangeTech itself doesn't have that viewing screen in it. It's just the noisemaker and your actuator button, as well as the charging port. But you Bluetooth it to either your phone or a tablet, and it allows you to do anything that a normal shot timer will do, but with a larger heads-up display. So where I have really enjoyed the RangeTech is that I am not the only one that can operate it. So I will set up my tablet with pretty much within close proximity to several of my other instructors when we're doing team training. And as long as I don't get outside the range of the Bluetooth, they can touch the touch screen and actuate the shot timer part. As you just observed, it has the ability to set par times, which your general shot timers do. It also allows you to see your splits, record your times, and you can share or send screenshots of that time if you break a personal PR and you want to memorialize it or brag to your friends or share it or whatever. It has some nice features to it. I haven't noticed any sensitivity issues that have been problematic. It just has operated like a shot timer is supposed to based on my experience, but giving me that ability to have a larger heads-up display, so I'm not running around with shot timer, showing everybody. They can look at the screen, which is placed out of the way, and as long as I'm close with the hearing device that will pick up their shots, they can see without me saying a word. And so it's very handy. I found it to be very handy for class exercises where multiple people are going to be on the line, and I want to fluidly work through each of the customers. It's just a handy little system. Now, like I said, you're going to have to invest in a tablet if you want to be able to do that kind of thing, in addition to the shot timer itself. The battery component, internal battery, has held up really well. I've only had to charge it once, believe it or not, in probably 5 months, and I've put a lot of use on it, and I just put a charge on it last week, or the second charge on it last week. So far the battery has held up really well and has been fantastic. What I don't know about this shot timer is how impervious it is to the elements. I haven't had it out in the rain, so I cannot speak to how watertight the unit is. Obviously, my tablet has some limitations in that respect. I've got it in a screen protector and a housing protector. Obviously, I need it because I've broken my screen long before I started using it for this. But it works really nicely. I haven't had any connection issues. It's just been a stellar piece of equipment that allows me to do everything that I would use a shot timer for, both in dry fire, using par times to see if I can complete certain exercises in that time, or on the range. Okay, so let's take it out on the range, run some drills, and show you how it works. All right, folks, we're out here at the range. We're going to be running a fair to stop drill utilizing our RangeTech shot timer. So we're going to have a starting audible beep only to record those 3 shots in sequence, which I can start it via my RangeTech Shot Timer command button here, or if I was having someone else operate that component on my behalf, they could hit start on the tablet. So here we go. Of course, I need to put bullets in the gun. .84 seconds. Let's run it again. Got a little carried away. 3 to the body is just as good as 2. Of course, 1 to the chin. One more time for good measure. .82. We'll stop at 1.82. That was my fastest. And like any shot timer, you can go to your screen. This particular one, because it's oriented in such a way, I can rotate it down and I can see from concealment, my first shot was at 1.22 seconds. Second shot, 1.49. Third, 1.82 on the gun. So very handy. Now let's say I want to not stay at a particular skill set, and my desire is to grow as a shooter. I think that's the main reason why we would ever choose to invest in a shot timer, is because we want to grow. Now what I can do is I can go in and I can set a par time.
1.82.
And the RangeTech talks to you and tells you what you're doing. I'm gonna set a par time, so a starting beep and a ending beep that I have to complete those 3 shots in. So I'm gonna set them at 1.80, okay? Just here, we're gonna test it. Okay, 1.8 seconds. So if you paid attention in my warm-up, 1.82 was as fast as I was able to accomplish 3 rounds, 2 to the body, 1 to the head. Now I'm setting a time that pushes me outside my comfort zone, which I think is what the shot timer in training is really shines for, is pushing us outside our comfort zone in a way that's safe, kind of like a bad guy would, but unsafe. So here goes. Same drill with a start and stop time. .61, so I just beat not nearly as good a quality headshot, just grazed the temple, but I did beat that clock. Because of that par time, it put a lot of pressure on me to anticipate that start time, to accept whatever my presentation gave us, which it was a good presentation. So I ended up with good quality hits to the body, and on the head. I would probably not in a gunfight just stop at 3 rounds. Obviously my bad guy is gonna dictate whether I keep firing or not. Either he's out of the fight or he's not. The whole point of fair to stop is they're failing to stop, so I'm gonna continue to fire until they're out, not what a clock says. But a shot timer, valuable asset to our shooter's development. Let's run it one more time, shall we? I'll take that. 1.54, 3 shots. Let's see where my first shot was. First shot was at 1 second flat. As you can see on the the RangeTech heads-up display. Of course, if I wanted to brag about that, which I'm not going to brag about it, I could screenshot that or put that in my training journal for this date in history, from concealment, whatever, or just to see how I'm developing, whether I need to modify my training regiment, whether I've hit a plateau and need to change something up or whatever. It's very valuable to keep your own personal journal as to whether your training is giving you good results or whether you're stagnant or even regressing. Okay folks, that has been our review of the RangeTech Shot Timer system. Thanks for watching, and remember, train hard, your family deserves it.